they would have a glass of vodka filled up with a piece of bread and a candle, and it would be like a funeral or faraway party for somebody else who was shot.
1,300 Soviet aircraft go down in flames over Afghanistan. Nearly 1/3 are Mi-24 Hinds. By the winter of 1988, Soviet morale is devastated.
There was not much of a discipline in their soldiers. Their soldiers were selling their weapons, trading it for something. They were even selling their spare tire of their jeeps. They will sell fuel out of their vehicles. They will sell ammunition.
In Moscow, the war is now freely debated, along with words like glasnost and perestroika. It is the Gorbachev era. For the first time in Soviet history, public dissent against a war of aggression is openly tolerated. Social fatigue and a crumbling economy soon undermined Kremlin's support for the war. In early spring, the Soviets announced their impending withdrawal from Afghanistan. In the months that follow, soldiers in the field focus on one thing: getting home in one piece.
The Soviet Union has made a commitment to withdraw completely its forces from Afghanistan no later than February 15, 1989. There is no reason why they should not meet this obligation, and we expect the Soviets to honor the obligations they undertook in signing the Geneva Accords. There is no evidence that they will not do this.
In Afghanistan, for some reason, you immediately became an old man, just right after you were a youth. I've seen eyes on young faces, eyes that should belong to very old people, 80 years old, 90 years old. Those kids, what they saw in Afghanistan was beyond normal human experience. And this was reflected in their eyes.
It's like, we made it. It's like, from now on, it's R&R till the end of my life. Nothing will be as bad as it was. That's it.
Today, a small unit of guardsmen was marched onto the runway of Kabul airport.
We were excited that we made it, we were there, we made it, and now we're back home, period. I mean, nothing to worry about.
I must tell you that I, as a correspondent in Afghanistan, went through different stages of understanding of what war is all about. In 1986, I thought that we need another 2 or 3 divisions and everything will be okay. In 1987, I thought that even if you sent 3 more armies, you'd still lose the war, and that something is deeply wrong here. And in 1989, I basically thought that this was a war that will not only destroy Afghanistan, but basically the Soviet Union.
Many now say that the war in Afghanistan marked the beginning of the end of the Soviet Empire. Subsequent events make this hard to disprove. The last Soviet pilots depart in February of 1989. They leave the ghosts of 15,000 comrades and over 1.5 million Afghanis behind.
For me, the Hind is a symbol of our Afghan experience. For me, it signifies, like an accumulated force, all the all the brutality and power and of this conflict that we experienced on both sides in Afghanistan.
The Red Army and the empire that this weapon was built to serve no longer exist. Those machines that remain have largely fallen into disrepair or lack the fuel needed to fly them. And although the Mil Company has plans to update the design, Kremlin leaders have no way to pay for it. On average, Russian Federation pilots fly just once a month, making the Hind pilots of Louisiana the most active Mi-24 unit in the world.
Coming up next, witness the wrath of Mother Nature. Real-life stories of rescue and survival on storm warning. Then timely, topical, thorough. Discover the science behind the news on Discovery News.